What's up, everybody? So, want to jump in here real quick and go over the markups that we had from Carbon Capital's live stream. So, as you guys know, last night marked up some charts on the live stream. We talked about it, had a blast, and then marked some up the day before. I just think it's important to go over where we're at in the market. You guys saw how quickly I marked up these dots too during the class. So we did that as well. So during the class that I had last night, I marked everything up real fast, real quick. So let's just see how this turned out. And I think this is going to be rather impressive for some of you that watched me mark it up extremely quick and where we're at. So here we go. So obviously US 30, I said that we were going to go back up, close that gap, fall back down. We did just that. This is still the weekly candle. So we look at the daily, and right here's that zone that I was talking about, and I said if we push up out of this gray area, we will push back up to here, but if we don't, we're going to trade somewhere in this area. And you can see right here, this was the daily candle. We pushed up through the gray area, wicked the gray area, and then this is our new daily candle here. So it did exactly what we wanted it to do. And here's the cool thing. If you look at that wick, it's right there at the top of that gray area. So it did exactly what we needed it to do. It didn't close the daily above it, so it closed right there in the middle of the zone, followed exactly our plan. Here was that big move this morning. So we had that 32,750 as a whole number. You guys heard me screaming, we're getting into buys, we're getting into buys. Why? Because we saw this reject in this area. It bounced up, hit our dot that we placed here last night, and this is where we're at. Let's look at our 4-hour markup. It's still looking good. Almost bounced on the bottom of the trend line. We'll look at our 30-minute markup. So this is what I was talking about last night. I said, if we hit this break zone and we break, we're either going to bounce through this area and push back up to the gray box, or if we break it, we'll go to the bottom. And you can see exactly what happened. Right here was this morning. This was market open. It went all the way from here, where London is, fell to TP3, which is 163 pips, and then shot right back up, and look where it hit. In our gray zone. Now we're sitting here. Right, let's look at gold. Gold, I said we need to get above 1975. Close the candle and it'll push up. So candle closure, pushed up, and we've been bouncing on that same line right here. I said if we close, we'll hit the gray box. That's exactly what we're doing, especially when you look at it on the 4-hour. It looks solid. And look at it on the daily, and that was the daily markup. So we zoom in on that daily markup. We closed the daily above the 1975, which means we were pushed through the bullish momentum. All right, so let's look at GU. This was the markup for GU. Now GU, obviously, you're looking at the hour. This was our bounce zone right here. And it did just that. It broke, hit TP, broke zone, whatever, good. Odd U, we marked this up. If you remember odd U, I said we've got a dot to dot. It's beautiful. If we break this close an hour candle, which we did, you'd have a little bit of drawdown, 9 pips. It hit the gray zone. Protect your entry when it hits gray zone. Entry protected, and it ran to TP, which was right here. That's TP1 for partials, 67 pips. We're now currently at 83 pips, and then the ultimate TP is up here at 145 pips. All right, so let's look at EU. EU broke. We had our candle break right there. Currently in profit 39 pips, and there's TP. Let's look at CAD Chef. CAD Chef we had already marked up. We did this over last week. It broke the zone, went up, hit TP2. Obviously hit TP1, TP2 last night, 63 pips. Let's look at GJ. GJ, we did not get our break last night, so nothing to do. Look at NOS. I said NOS, if we stay on top of this zone, what's it going to do? Get on this gray zone and break and push upwards, and it did just that. I said if we don't, we'll close a candle below here. We push down. We didn't, so it followed structure. Look at NU, nothing happening. Look at UCAD. UCAD turned out to be phenomenal. Okay, so UCAD news was great. We had TP1, TP2. You can see it right there, and it broke trend. Candle close, boom. TP1 smoked 91 pips. TP2 is 172 pips, and we're currently at 141 pips. All right, look at UJ. I said UJ is consolidating in this area. We need a candle closure below this area here, and then we'll push down. Where to? TP. All right, here's what's cool. Where's your stop loss? Last swing high marker there, minus a few pips. So when it broke right there. That was your entry. You were in drawdown 53 pips. You're currently setting at 62 pips. You almost hit TP at 93 pips. You've already protected this entry. You're safe. You're good to go now. All right, look at OddCAD. Okay, we said this was going to be a high-risk area for OddCAD. TP1 to protect us in this zone. TP2 is up here if we close another candle above it. All right, so candle broke here. You suffered a little bit of drawdown, 32 pips. You're currently sitting at 34 pips in profit. Your stop loss was 10 pips below here. You're now at break even when it gets up in this area, and you're safe. Look at Odd Chef. We didn't have a markup on Odd Chef, and we didn't have a markup on CAD Chef. So let's just go through this. US 30, 1. Gold, winning. GU obviously was a winner, so that's 3 winning. Odd U, 4 winning. EU, 5 winning. CAD Chef, 6. Didn't do nothing. 7. Didn't do nothing. 8. 9. 10. We've got 10 winning trades that we just marked up. That just smoked it. So go back and watch the video that we did last night over the class. Watch how fast I marked it up, and then look at this chart. And you're going to notice that every markup that we did where we entered the trade, we're currently winning. There was no losses. Stop losses have already been put into profit. There was no guessing, nothing. We did it off the dots, we did it off trend lines, and we left it alone. This is how you trade. This is how you analyze charts. Look how clean this chart is. Look how clean that was. All we did was connect a dot and a dot, wick fill zone, and look where price came back down. Here's your wick fill zone from your dot. Look where price came back down and touched. If this doesn't make you a believer of the dots, I don't know what will. Now, here's the cool thing. The dots isn't costing you anything. The dots is free. The dots is on Carbon Capital. They're not even charging you for it. You can actually go open up a demo account and just use the dots to mark up if you want to. That's where people are like, well, you're trying to sell me something. I'm not trying to sell you anything. It's free. It's right here. You just go and get it. It's not going to cost you a dime. It's not software I'm trying to sell, nothing. If I wanted to box this software up and charge $100 a month for it, I could, and people would probably pay for it. And I'd probably make hundreds of thousands of dollars off this. But I don't need to, because the guys that created it said we want the traders to have it to where it's free to them and they can actually utilize it on a daily basis. There it is. And guys, I'm telling you right now, when I'm looking at these charts on just how clean these setups were with US 30, how clean it was with gold, how clean it was with GU and Odd U and EU and CAD Chef, and then our NOS markup, and then we had our UCAD and our UJ. I mean, you're not going to get cleaner than this. I'm not having to wait for it to cross an EMA or a moving average or a zone. I'm not having to wait for the RSI to match, the MACD I'm using the freaking dots where I'm just literally like a kid. I'm connecting dots and moving lines around, and it works. So that's it. Me and Hannah, we had date night. We went out, had a good time. Actually was joined by 2 buddies, my buddy Brian and Giuseppe got off work and he stopped by, and then we come back home and I'm about to film some content real quick for Carbon and get that done, and then after that we've got movie night. But this was content I had to knock out, and when I looked at these charts I said I've got to jump on here and do a live stream and just show people what just happened, because these were marked up last night. These charts maybe took a max of 15 seconds per chart, and it was a killer day. So again, there it is. I hope you guys are a believer. If you're using the dots, you're more than likely simplified your trading. You're probably less stressed and you're winning. And if you're wondering if you should start trading the dots, the answer is yes. It's simple as that. It's free software. It's going to make your trading that much easier. And where do you get it? It's on Carbon Capital. That's it. So guys, I'm going to real quick and go on this. We may have people on here that's not familiar with it. Here is how you can, join us. If you want to learn more, you can go to www.thepipconnect.com. You can follow me on Instagram @RealAndyPeters. Please do not get scammed. Follow the one with the blue check mark. Obviously, there's another way that you can join us if you want to book a meeting, if you want to pay by the day, pay by the week, join the community, whatever. It is www.whoppeters.com/pips. Outside of that, I just greatly appreciate everyone jumping on the live stream, having fun with us. I'll be doing some stuff with Carbon that you'll see on their website as well as their YouTube coming soon. And then outside of that, tomorrow is Friday. So you guys know what Friday means. It means some wackiness in the system, in the markets. Also, given that it is NFP week, so keep in mind that we do have a red folder tomorrow, We've got it kicking off right at, let me look at my calendar, at 8:30 in the morning. That is where we have the non-farm employment change as well as unemployment rate and average hourly earnings. So let's look at the charts real quick before I end this. I do want to do one thing. As we're looking at US 30, let's keep in mind that we have this dot here on this trend line, which is the 4-hour. When we zoom out, that's where we're at. Now, I used the candle structure here instead of just the dot itself. If we pull that down and go to the dot itself, we still have a little bit. I was kind of going on like right here where this was to get the touches right about there is where I wanted. So we've already broke trend and we have the candles here on top of it. If we look at this on the 30-minute, we've got a really nice, bull flag. It's not the best bull flag, but it looks good. On the hour, it actually looks much better. And on the 4-hour, it's setting up rather nicely. So the way that I'm looking at this is hopefully you're in the buys already down here in the bottom with us. If you are, you're setting in 326 pips of profit. You've got those entries protected. So now you don't have to do anything, okay? You don't have to do anything tomorrow except let the market move. And that's what's cool. Like where my positions are at right now. And I don't know, let me see, I don't even know which account this is. So let me see here, go to the account where I'm taking trades, which will be here. All right. So, and oh wait, I'm already on the account. So there's our trade levels. All right. So here is my sell right here at the top, where we're running this at $60 a pip, and we're holding runners, and we're in buys at 0.25, $25 a pip. And we've got a runner. So at this point, I don't have to do anything tomorrow. If this thing goes up and knocks this out, I'm carrying massive profits from the bottom down here. If this thing decides to fall and knock me out down here, I'm carrying massive profits from the top. And it's already been a solid week. So I mean, right now, as you guys saw, I had all those trades that I'd taken yesterday down here. We're setting at 41,000. That did get down to like 27. If we look at the history on this, let's just look at custom period. Let's just look at this week. Well, let's do the last 3 days. Last 3 days, there we are. So in the last 3 days, we had the buy that we closed out, and here it is, $22,892.48. And we have these positions running. So this is why I preach leave your runners, because tomorrow I don't have to take any new positions. I just sit back and watch this chart run, and I'm in good shape. Now let's take a look at the, while we're on here, let me go into my mini account. And with this one, I have to use the mini, which I haven't loaded yet on here. So let me get US 30 mini chart window. I'll show you guys what's going on here. So again here, I did close out my buy down here on the bottom. If I turn on my trade history, you're going to see that I had this one right here that I should have held on to. It was a buy way down here. I did suffer a little bit of drawdown on that one, but I was trading such a small lot size, it really didn't matter. And I wanted to hold on to it, push in, and I didn't hold on to it, obviously. Sorry, this was up here. I got knocked out of break even. So again, where I'm at on my mini account, wrong one, is trade levels. I got in this sell limit here that I put in. This was actually a mistake. I put a sell limit and wanted a sell limit up here, and I was on my mobile device, and the moment I clicked it, it put me in right there. So I'm just holding it because we're going to push it down. So I've got my buys here, buys here, buys here. I've got my sell up top right here. So mini account is looking pretty dang good. So mini account right now is setting at $746. I've got my sell here, and I've got my other sell right here. Not worried about these at all. That's the beauty of where we're at. We're gonna just murder these trades. And then I've got up here my selling profit. I got a buying profit, a buying profit. So tomorrow, guess what? If this thing slams down and knocks me out of all my buys, now I've got my sells running. Okay. If this thing decides to turn around and go straight up, I've got my buys running. So again, I'm winning these trades no matter what. I'm protected on both angles, no matter how we look at it. So let's look at the big boy account real quick. Let's see where we're at. So let me minimize this first. So you can see the trades. So I've got a sell up here that's protected, a sell here that's protected, my buy at the bottom that's protected. So again, I get to sit back and watch the fireworks on this. I am in NAS extremely heavy on this one. Well, I thought I was. Maybe I'm not. Nope, I'm not. Not on this one. So here's where I'm at on this account. So as you guys know, this is that US 30 trade I've been holding for the gap fill since 329. And then I've got this one GJ trade right there for 4,000. So I am negative 21,000 on almost the $6 million account, which is hardly nothing on this thing. But what I want to show you that I think is most impressive is we're going to look at our custom period. We're going to go look back at 3 days, and I want to show you guys what happened when I took sells on everything. So as you guys know, this was the US 30. Obviously, that one don't count. I got knocked out at break even for $3,800 of profit. But look at this: GU, ODU, EU, CAD Chef, NU, and all these trades that I took right here. Okay, if I should be able to. Well, I'd have to filter out. Yeah, it won't let me do it the way that I want to do it. Yeah. So if you take US 30 out for $3,800, basically, let's just say 15. Let's just, for argument's sake, call it $11,500. I made $11,500 just by clicking sell on everything, and as soon as I saw blue, I just closed them. And this is not the first time I've done this. I've done this multiple times. So we're going to keep experimenting with it. So tomorrow, this will be interesting to watch. I'm not concerned if I have to close all these out at all for a negative, because again, we look at the history and we look at all history and we scroll down to the very bottom down here. You're going to see a deposit of $1 million and a profit of 5. So not too shabby at all. And that's it. So I hope you guys have a great night. I hope that it's a good day tomorrow. I will be live streaming in the morning. The plan is to jump on before the news and then go to the New York session, but it also depends on how I sleep. If I sleep really well, I'll be up then. If not, then I'll see you guys at New York Open. But you know the chart, you know the markups, you know the dots. So I wish you all the best of luck. Y'all have a great night, and I will talk to you tomorrow.